Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. If there is one debate that will never end, with every passing second, we keep on reviving this debate. It is about the last elections and the legitimacy of President William Samoei Ruto. We still wonder whether the elections that took place was free, fair, and verifiable. We've had some diplomats telling us on our face that the last election was the freest ever. Those are the words, not my words, but the words of Meg Whitman, the US ambassador to Kenya. Of course, Raila Amolo Odinga rebuttals and says that the person who led the rogue and blatant manipulation of the elections was the USA. Of course, the IEBC and the Supreme Court was there. Recently, I think, in fact, it was yesterday, Gachagua pleaded with William Samoei Ruto to order that we drop the agenda that states that we are going to scrutinize the server under the election of August last year, as it has been reached by Kalonzo and Kimani Chungwa team. Now, today, that debate ensued again on NTV, and one of the senior political analysts, Herman Manyora, Martin Olo, and another lawyer there, were there, and they shared insight into what happened. And Herman Manyora delved into one question that has been the core of that debate, because William Ruto came up and told us that there was a group of senior Kenyans who went to BOMAS, led by senior security personnel, and they've always said that it was led by the Major General Ogola, and that they wanted to subvert the will of the people, but they found a very strong member of the IEBC Commission, led by Wafula Chebukati. And William Ruto said that were it not for the steadfastness of these three commissioners, commissioners, William Ruto wouldn't have been announced the winner, because according to him, they wanted to manipulate the result to favor Raila Amolo Odinga so that Raila would be appointed the winner, or they go for a rerun. It doesn't end there, because William Ruto says that they not only wanted to manipulate, but they wanted to kill Wafula Chebukati. Blatant allegations, very inflammatory. Now, Manyora was saying that nothing of the sort could happen, because he feels Uhuru had the sword and the powers, and if he wanted the elections to be manipulated, it wouldn't have taken him a second.
You don't need to inquire to know what happened. We all know what happened at BOMAS. Martin Olo has said it. A display of ineptitude, people who didn't know what they were doing. And on this, I fault our leaders, including the opposition. When a time comes to elect a commission, even if they are given a chance, look at the sort of people they put there. You can't even believe. I once said, when these people, the four were appointed, or whatever it was, I said, fine, these are good Kenyans. Some of them, I even know them, wonderful people, but they are not fit. You can't consider such a people when you are constituting an electoral team that can decide the future of the country. Because elections can bring down a country. So I don't think you need to find out what happened. We already know. Secondly, in terms of the allegations of people wanting to take power, for heaven's sake, this is Africa. There is no way a sitting head of state can want to do things and it doesn't do it. If Uhuru wanted to mess this election, he would have messed it. So I don't believe the nonsense that some people were sent to BOMAS to try and get power by force. They would have gotten it. But they had all the power.
According to the commission, they met a very steadfast commission.
Which commission? You can't. They can do anything. Forget about it. You know one thing about our elections, and hear me loud and clear, and I'm happy I'm with a lawyer here. It only takes the commission to say you are the president at BOMAS, and everything is set rolling. That's all. Nothing else. You run to the Supreme Court, try this and this, but the guy declared will most likely at 99% remain the president. So I do not buy this nonsense that somebody tried to grab power at BOMAS. They had better ways of doing it if they wanted.
If they wanted.
What I could give some little thought to is the possibility of Raila being played, and those are just games to show them we are trying even very hard, but we have failed. That I can listen to. I'm not saying it happened. That I can create some little room in my mental to listen to. But the idea that government wanted to mess this election and they didn't, with all the instruments of power, and this is Africa, forget about it.
Perhaps that is to show how mature our democracy is. And
No,
even as we move to the
forget
stories.
about it. It's not true.
This topic is hot potato. It is something that many people don't want to delve in. Because the Kenya Kwanza team will tell you they won these elections, but the Azimio team will tell you their win is in the server, if it is opened. But there is something that Manyora is saying there, that he realized that there were people who were appointed into that office that were inept. They could not handle that very enormous task before them. And this discussion is very viable now because we do not have any commissioner. The process has kicked off, but Raila Odinga and William Samoei Ruto are about to engage in appointing the IBC commissioners, because that is one of the things that are being discussed. And Raila is proposing that we should have political parties nominating commissioners, like it happened in 1997, the IPPG, the Inter-Parties Parliamentary Group, giving us commissioners. And he's saying that elections are very emotive and the process can burn a country. So we need men and women who are equal to the task, so that we don't witness what happened in 2007. And he's also alluding to some fact that in Kenya and of course in Africa, once you declare someone as a president at the BOMAS or by the body that is mandated to manage your elections, then 99% chances are he will be declared, because we have an equally inept Supreme Court, those who have been pocketed and will always uphold the ruling as is declared by the IEBC. But I've got only 3 questions to ask concerning the issue of someone wanted to kill Chebukati, someone wanted to subvert the will of the people. And Herman Manyora is saying there that maybe the only thing that he can consider is the allegation that maybe Uhuru Kenyatta played Raila Odinga. That is a very precarious topic. I don't know. If you ask me, I don't know whether Uhuru played Raila. I don't know. Because very many people are asking, when did he lose the grip of the deep state? That is something that we still can't understand. But sometimes I have a feeling that Uhuru might have wanted to help Raila, not helping to rig elections, but helping to ensure that things ran the right way. But of course there were other powers beyond him, the European Union and the USA. But there is one factor that people don't want to talk about. Let me say it today. Uhuru was handed his victory, the Ruto in 2013 and 2017. They were given their victory just the same way William Ruto was given. Now, I know many people don't want to talk about it because Uhuru later amended fences with Raila Odinga. So it was very easy for the European Union, the US and all these people to tell him, we gave you this victory, keep off your succession politics so that you let William Ruto manage it. And that might have been the reason why we saw what happened at the BOMAS, because there are questions that we've never, there are no answers to them. But let me ask just 2 questions, about 3. Well, the reasons why I believe that William Ruto was simply lying to us. Number 1, if someone wanted to kill Chebukati and someone wanted to subvert the will of the people, then what should have followed next is to arraign them in court. He's got all the instruments of power. He controls the judiciary. He controls the Director of Public Prosecution's office, the DCI. He controls all those instruments of power. Why haven't we seen any arrest? Haven't we seen anyone being charged in a court of law? Because it will take them just 1 second to jail such a person. So these were mere talks, hot air, if you allow me to call them. Because if there was seriously someone who wanted to subvert the will of the people, someone who wanted to take away his win, he would have acted. In the absence of that up to date, nothing. Those are mere talks. Number two, we've had allegations that there was a container of blood. Tumbi really shouted about it. And that the SS unit, the special service unit in the police, in the DCI, was being controlled by Kinoti, that this unit was being used to kill people. They were being thrown in River Yala. No one has been arrested. Again, mere talks. And it tells you that William Ruto is got penchant of just lying to us because he feels Kenyans are gullible and can be cheated any time. Let me tell you, if all these allegations are true, and Raila is challenging them to open the server, Rigathi Gachagua is crying foul and saying, no, let that server not be opened. It tells you that they are guilty and they are afraid. They don't want to listen to anything about opening the server. And I asked yesterday in my earlier analysis, if you have done an exam, it was marked by some lecturer, and then you are challenged to hand it over to another lecturer to look at it. If you believe that you have your result because of your brain, would you be afraid? Because the Kenya Kwanza team fears any debate that surrounds opening of the server. Yet it is the server that will give us the truth. As it stands, it is Raila's word against William Ruto. These people do not want to listen to anything that pertains to server opening. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I also want to believe that no one wanted to subvert the will of the people. No one wanted to kill Chebukati. This was a statement that was meant to vindicate Wafula Chebukati. It was meant to legitimize William Samoei Ruto. It was meant to hoodwink the people and give their supporters some strength. But if you ask me, they know the truth. And on this, I concur with Herman Manyora.